how to play this turn. There's the Elspeth direction. It's kind of fun, but probably not right.
So it's funny, we've talked about all these new mechanics. We've talked about Cascade. We've actually talked a little bit about Suspend. Mm-hmm. We've talked about Landfall.
Yep.
Exalted's been a pretty big deal for Brian Kibler.
Yeah.
Two sets of creatures with Exalted that have... Exalted was really the difference for him in the Evangelos matchup.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he outraced Progenitus.
Yeah.
He outraced Progenitus. His opponent, Hypergenesis, put Progenitus into play and Angel of Despair, and Brian won the game.
The double Exalted was the he ended the game on
7
2
plus
life.
7 plus 7. He's able to outrace. He's able to deal 21 in 3 swings, and he's able to survive at 2 thanks to the life gain. Yeah, he survived 3 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got in. Progenitus attacked first, dealt 30, but 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21 damage and 21 life, and 14 life gain, which is enough to get to 34.
It looks like another night.
Another night.
No third land for Brian.
Right. Well, I'm sure he'll use the first night to start pumping them both up. Ooh, fetch land. Akeda's going to win this night battle, it looks like. Or at least he's going to have the bigger individual guy. Kibler will probably stay within double block range.
2 red.
Countryside
Crusher. That's
Crusher.
Countryside Crusher.
Oh, which is double red.
Oh. He would like to be able to sack that fetch land after the Crusher's in play.
Yeah.
But not able to do that. You wonder if Ikeda was locked into a plan in his head. Now I'm going to do this, and then I have an extra mana that I can use for the Lightning Bolt or for the Curd Ape.
Right.
Grow my Crusher. I'm going to grow my Reliquary and my Crusher.
I wish I actually knew. Can anyone actually tell me the Oracle text on Countryside Crusher? Thank you.
Does not have trample.
Yeah, it looks like Akeda audibles all the way to Curd Ape.
3 card?
Yes. Stack.
It's a cost.
Cost.
Kibler does indeed activate Knight of the Reliquary, sending a land to the graveyard.
Actually, one of the interesting things that that Brian's deck did is it responded to an Extirpate, which is a card with split second. But because Grove of the Burn Willows is a mana source,
right,
he was actually able to respond and return.
Really?
Yeah, he was able to respond and return a
Punishing Fire and get it out from under an Extirpate.
Get it out from under an Extirpate.
Mana sources are faster than split second?
Apparently.
Crazy. So what? That puts the trigger on the stack, and split second forbids you from playing any more spells, but you can still respond to a triggered ability.
Yeah.
So.
Or at least that's how the judge let him do it in the match.
No, it sounds right.
It does sound right.
It's the same reason you could counter things with...
Counterbalance.
Counterbalance. Brian went and got a fetch land with his Knight of the Reliquary. That way he could then sack the fetch land to get another land, making both the Knights +2/+2. It really is this kind of arms race going on with dueling Knights of the Reliquary.
Bolt your Hierarch.
Two cards.
Yes.
3 lands.
All right. Kibler done shuffling up from searching lands. Highs his turn. The Hierarch is finally dead. Now what? Sounds like his hand is Grove, Punishing Fire. It's a pretty good combo, but it doesn't kill any of Akeda's creatures right now. Tarmogoyf and Elspeth.
He has your green source. He also has the Grove.
I think he's got a Pride Mage in there too. Yeah, not clear what the right path is. Akeda's got Knight Edge right now. Kibler can start cycling through all his lands. With 2 Knights, he'll catch up and win.
Yeah, Kibler can actually go up 4 lands this turn if he really wanted to with his 2 Knights. Right, he can go get 2 fetch lands.
Yeah, they're 5 each right now, so it seems like you want to... I don't know that he wants to try to attack, because if he sits back, he plays defense, like nothing too bad can happen to him. He fetches 2 lands, maybe he makes some fetches. He just winds up with 2 gigantic Knights, right?
Yeah.
I think I would play defense with those Knights, setting up to have them be gigantic next turn. Meanwhile, what's he going to do with the rest of his mana? Random Pride Mage seems okay. Burn Willows to have Punishing Fire seems
he could play a Tarmogoyf.
Okay.
Could play a Tarmogoyf here, sack 2 lands, get 2 lands,
Yeah.
play something else.
Oh, wow, yeah. Well, I don't know that he wants to tap the main
He
phase,
does not want to tap the main phase.
I think he
at
wants
all.
them available for defense, or at least one of them. Yeah, he could go land, Tarmogoyf, tap 1 Knight for a land,
Right.
and Pride Mage. I think that's how I would play this. I mean, what does that lose to? You wind up with Tarmogoyf and Pride Mage both hitting the table. You're going to use the Knights anyway. And I'd probably get fetch land first.
I think he's
You're at 16? Yeah. Get a fetch land.
I think he's going to play Elspeth here.
No, he does not get a fetch land.
Got 3 mana floating in his pool. Katie keeps fanning those cards. He's like, you have how many cards in your hand still? Yep.
So he goes for Elspeth.
Okay.
That seems good too. Probably better than Tarmogoyf plus Pride Mage.
Oh, yeah.
Still got 1 Knight available to play defense.
Make a creature.
Yep.
Plus a dude.
Go.
So,
Yeah, Elspeth, there's what does Akeda's deck do about Elspeth? She is not the lady we expected to win Brian Kibler the Pro Tour, but she sure looks poised to take Game 1 and Game 3.
kind of needs to, he needs a Spectral procession to be able to fly over twice and sort of whittle it down, but that does not seem very likely to happen.
Yeah. I guess Kibler's a ladies' man. Is that the headline? Ladies' man?
Would be Lady Killers if Vegeta won. I mean, Akeda won. Akeda uses his Knight of the Reliquary at the end of the turn.
Sure.
If all these fetch lands weren't enough shuffling.
So 16, 14?
Yeah.
Pretty close on life. Akeda's got the slight edge, but board advantage sure looks like Edge Kibler. 2 Knights of the Reliquary to 1. Plus he's got Elspeth and a token. To Akeda's what? Kurdape?
Kurdape, yeah, the Knight's sort of, Akeda's Knight is going to not defeat Brian's at this point.
Look how many lands Akeda has that do not tap for white. Like he's run 3 of the non-white lands, so I believe there's at least 1 Spectral possession in Akeda's hand, but they're kind of awkward.
Sounds like Countryside Crusher's coming down right now. We saw it earlier. He wanted to play it, but did not have the correct red mana.
Sure. Yep, that is Countryside
May
Crusher.
respond. May respond.
Kibler
Thinking.
might respond. He's thinking.
We're both at 14.
14 apiece.
Akeda's playing with his microphone. Fell off. The shot in the background with the flames lapping behind Brian
Kibler's
Kibler's head is
Yeah, I like that graphic.
stunning.
That looks pretty sharp.
Combined with the sound effects from Keita fumbling with his mic, it actually does sound like a fire.
That's a good shot. I like that. Feels like Kibler should be offering me a deal of some kind in exchange for my soul.
Here, use my special pen. And go.
Kibler decides not to respond. Keita ships the turn.
Yep.
Flying Knight of the Reliquary.
Which gets +3/+3. It's
9.
a 9. He can give it an extra boost of 2 if he wants to here.
Is this it? Does he have enough burn? One more turn.
Content to play Tarmogoyf and Nicodle.
Tarmogoyf and Nicodle. Elspeth is set up to send a flyer to the air next turn. Spectral Procession can maybe fend things off for a turn, but
he can pay 4 or 5 mana for it if he wants. There's a bolt.
Lightning Bolt into Keita's hand.
Yeah, that's what he has
Basically has to play Spectral Procession.
Right.
Or he's going to die to a big flyer.
4 mana for Spectral Procession.
Kibler sure looking good. His deck was set up for this matchup, and he seems poised for the sweep.
Got through 2 different versions of the deck.
Spectral Procession, okay.
4 mana Spectral Procession.
3 guys. Ships the turn.
So if the Countryside Crusher manages to not die this turn, which is, not a certainty, he's going to be drawing a spell every turn from now on.
True.
Flying.
Flying and attack. 1 token blocks. 2 tokens down.
Crunch all you want.
Kibler plays a land and ships the turn back. No reason to go nuts here.
1 land. Here's a Kurt Ape.
Right. Is there a path through this for Keita?
I don't see where it's coming from. I mean, he's still got to get past that Knight of the Reliquary.
Right, the other
which
knight
is
blocks.
Infinitely large. Kills 1 token.
Yeah, kills a token. With Punishing Fire off Burn Willows.
Yeah.
So Burn Willows will bring it back. He'll be able to kill the other token and attack with the Giant Flyer. Look at Kibler's look. He's like, you see it, right? That's game. That is game, boys. There's the hand that Brian Kibler is your Pro Tour Austin champion. 3 games to 0. The sweep. Punishing Fire. That was by far the biggest innovation these guys came up with. Punishing Fire, Burn Willows, and there it was at the end. Spectral Procession, 3 flyers, whatever. Kill that one, regrow, kill the other one, now deal with my Giant Flyer.
Brian Kibler comes from an era where buyback was a common mechanic in Magic, and he's gone right back to it.
Yeah, that is one very happy man right now. Congratulations, Pro Tour Austin champion, Brian Kibler.
Yeah, he wins at least $3,000.
We'll see how much he's got left after dinner, right?
Dinner in 6th Street.
$40,000, 25 pro points. He's in Pro Club level something decent. Set up for next year. I actually won. Yes, you did. Awesome deck, awesome player, and Pro Tour champion. He's been playing on tour since he was barely a teenager, and yet here he is. And now comes the iPhone. Time to post this to Twitter.
They already know, Brian.
That is exactly where that's going.
He's been playing.
Did he have it ready? Did he have the post already typed out? All he had to do was hit send? Is that what that was?
I mean, congratulations to Tsuyoshi Ikeda on another terrific performance in his amazing career.
Oh, yeah. 300 pro points. I got to be honest. I'm going to be taking a long look at Tsuyoshi Ikeda for Hall of Fame consideration.
Yeah.
I have 300 points, 2 top 8s, couple of runner-up finishes, and the impact he's had on the Japanese Magic community around Shop Fireball. I think he's got to be part of the conversation at this point, and we'll see what he does at Worlds. He appears to be playing better Magic now than he has at any point in his career. Right, 2 top 8s out of the last 4 Premier level events.
Yeah, he's playing some great Magic. Having a great time.
Hello again.
Hey.
they're going to set up for an award ceremony, so stay tuned. We'll get you down there to see Brian pick up the big check, pick up the trophy, and wave it around. So while they set up, what are you going to remember from this Pro Tour?
It's obviously going to remember Brian Kibler, coming to the tournament with the best deck, working with a great team of people, and understanding what the format was going to be, understanding what Job 1 was. Job 1 was not beating Dredge. Job 1 was not beating Thopter Foundry.
Don't get too distracted by Dark Depths and Hypergenesis.
People, it's still the Pro Tour. It's still extended. People are still going to play Zoo.
Yeah.
Let's beat Zoo at their own game. And they came with a great deck. They had some great innovations.
Yeah.
The Noble Hierarch was a very interesting addition. The Grove of the Burn Willows Punishing Fire combination was just amazing. It was originally developed for a different deck, a Gifts Ungiven deck.
Okay.
And they were like, well, why don't we play this bigger Zoo deck and take that fantastic innovation and put it in here?
Right.
And that hybridization is just...
it was apparently only a couple of days ago when Hall of Famer Ben Rubin sort of made that leap. They weren't in love with the Gifts skeleton. I mean, the Gifts deck had just incredible diversity, sort of a very decision-intensive deck. Nassif chose to run it, Chapin, Dave Williams. But it was a little on the fragile side. And this is a very fast format. So, yeah, it's setting up. They had the sort of the card drawing engine around Thirst. They had the artifacts. They had like engineering explosives and academy ruins, and it's like a million one-ofs and 8,000 different directions you can go, all of which give you victory inevitably. But it can be tricky to survive the first 3, 4, 5 turns with a deck like that.
But does it beat Zoo?
Yeah,
that was the question they were obviously asking themselves each time, and they found a Zoo deck that beat Zoo, and a Zoo deck that was able to have packages of cards in its sideboard to beat everything else.
Sideboards to be great against each of those. Absolutely true.
Yeah. What's your memory that you're going to take away from this Pro Tour?
I mean, for me, it's similar, but I mean, it's Baneslayer Angel. It's, for me, the summary. I know Punishing Fire Burn Willows is sort of more important to the deck's power, but just the idea of just the brain power of, we'll take our Zoo deck. Instead of Curd Ape, what about Baneslayer Angel? Like, that's the moment. That's the real aha for me that just gave them the position they needed to destroy this field. Like, that's just such an awesome example of deck building and then getting paid off for better preparation. I love it when the best players, the best thinkers get paid off for just outthinking the field. That's what this is about for me.
Yeah. Mark Rosewater said he wanted Mythic Rares to be jaw dropping, and it's funny because I remember the first moment you saw the Baneslayer Angel in that list, your jaw actually dropped.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, whoa, because it's the kind of card you want to see people win a Pro Tour with. This is very similar to Brian Kibler's top 8 run in
Chicago.
In Chicago, where he did it with Riff.
He kills John Finkel with Riff the Awakener, enchanted by Armadillo Cloak. Right, that dream, and he pulled it off. Top 8 of the Pro Tour,
and that's what you want to see people win it.
I love it.
No one wants to see anyone. I'm sorry, no one wants to see anyone countering any spells.
Oh, hey,
they want to attack with giant monsters.
When I went to Wizards, you look at the quality of the spells, and they went down over time. Counterspell rotated out. I'm like, guys, you can't let people have this. This is just sure. I mean, the good players will just sit there with a grip full of counters and win. That's not where you want Magic. Well, I think that for me, the platonic ideal of a constructed format, people are attacking with 5-mana creatures. That's what I think you want to try to set up a format. So you got your aggro strategies, you got your control, you got your combo, and then you've got like giant monsters with, mythic rarity symbols and, jaws dropping, however you want to describe it. Giant monsters. And, over the years, Brian Kibler with that Armadillo Cloaked Rith has always been for me almost the ideal, like the thing that constructed formats should strive. You want Brian Kibler to be able to win. And this extended format's awesome. Lots of diversity. And you know what? Brian Kibler can win a Pro Tour attacking with 5/5 flyers. That's fun.
So question now. We saw after Berlin, right, all these Elves decks in the top 8. Elves wins. And we expected Elves to be this dominant. Do you think Zoo
And then it vanished, right?
It just vanished.
Complete no-show for the PTQ season.
Does that, I don't think that happens to this Zoo deck.
No way. It's an interesting question to say, okay, now that everybody knows what's up, what happens to extended? That's a really interesting question because, things would change dramatically, right? Everyone kind of understands Dark Depths is good, maybe not good enough if everybody has the right hate cards. Dredge is still a big player. I think you'll see Ravenous Traps go up and Dredge results go down.
Sure.
People play this format again. I think you're going to see Punishing Fire Burn Willows explode, but I don't know what that means. Like, what's the answer to Grove Punishing Fire?
or some sort of Wrath of God control deck.
A old school blue-white control. Yeah, I mean, big creature deck should lose to control, right? Maybe the Gives deck comes around full circle. I don't know what happens to this format, but I mean, there's a lot of tech that was kind of unveiled as everybody compares notes, and it'll be. I mean, it seems like it's set up to be interesting for a while.
Yeah, we saw Tron decks. We saw Markov Cocktail. We saw.
Yeah.
But at the end, it was Brian Kibler and his Ruben Zoo deck. Just unbelievable.
All right, they're still setting up for the award ceremony. Anything else you're going to take home from this one?
I think a renewed appreciation for Tsuyoshi Ikeda, who
that's a great point.
I've watched him play, and it's easy to also get overshadowed by so many.
There was always like Kenji or an Oiso or a Saito, Shuhei. There's so many guys that have overshadowed him by being good for a couple years, but he's been so good for so long. Yeah, definitely belongs to the Hall of Fame consideration, in my opinion.
Battle just got a lot more crowded. Brian Kibler, Tsuyoshi Ikeda.
All right.
Sounds like we're about to throw it down to the award ceremony. or not. We can keep talking about the Hall of Fame.
All right, I think we are ready. Let's throw it down to Rich Hagon to hand out some trophies and to hand out that big check. We will see you guys in Rome.
Congratulations, Brian.
Ricardo Tessitore. Welcome to the awards ceremony for Pro Tour Austin 2009. Assisting me today is the head judge, Ricardo Tessitore. Already awarded, in fourth place, winning $13,000 from the USA, Hunter Burton. And in third place, winning $15,000 from Japan, Naoki Shimizu. And now, your Pro Tour finalist, winning $20,000 from Japan, Tsuyoshi Ikeda. Tsuyoshi Ikeda of Japan winning $20,000. And now, your Pro Tour Austin champion for 2009, winning $40,000 from the United States of America, Brian Kibler. Brian Kibler, your Pro Tour Austin champion, $40,000. We'd like to thank all the staff, the judges, the players, and of course you, the viewers around the world, for making Pro Tour Austin such a success. Join us next time for the 2009 World Championships in the Eternal City of Rome, November 19 through 22. But until we meet again then, I'm your host, Richard Hagan, saying bye.